Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're gonna do a food review, so let's go. So we went on a little road trip, and of course we stopped at Buc-ee's, and I saw that they had a stuffed chicken. So this is basically a chicken with most of the bones taken out. They just leave the wing bones, and it's stuffed with crawfish jambalaya. So we're gonna make this today and see how it turns out. Now the instructions call for baking it at 375. So instead of doing that, we're gonna throw it on the pellet grill at 375 and see how it comes out. So I already thawed it. It came fully frozen, rock hard, and defrosted it for 3 days. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the bag. As you can see, this is looking pretty juicy. So I'm just gonna pull the chicken out, and I'm just gonna use some paper towels and pat this dry. This will help, that way when we throw it on the smoker, it'll crisp up the skin. This chicken came pre-seasoned, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more rub on it. I'm using Honey Killer Bee. This is our favorite rub. This is really awesome on chicken and everything else. So
also available at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it also came from Buc-ee's. But I'm just gonna go ahead with a nice coating of it. This came pre-seasoned, but it, you know, with the defrosting, a lot of the seasoning came off. And of course, don't forget the sides. Nope. And that is looking pretty good to me. When I put it on the smoker, as you can see, they trussed it back together on this side. So I'm gonna put it with the incision side up. That way, just in case it starts to separate, it doesn't leak out. So our chicken is seasoned up. We're gonna give it about 10-15 minutes so the rub can kind of tack to it. And while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and preheat the smoker. All right, and because we're using a pellet grill, our startup process is super simple. So start off by opening the lid, turn on the power, set this to smoke mode, and once the smoke starts coming out, then we can go ahead and close the lid. Smoke is starting to come out. And if we open up our little door here, we can see that the flame is roaring. So let's go ahead and close this lid. And now we can set this for 375. All right, our pellet grill is up to temp, so it's time to throw on the chicken. Now with this pellet grill, it kind of does have a hot spot in the middle that I've noticed from cooking stuff, so I'm gonna put the chicken off to the left side, and I'm gonna put it on the top rack to get it further away from the heat source. I am using a probe, and it's kind of hard with a boneless chicken where to put the probe. So I'm just gonna set the probe actually in the middle and go through the stuffing. It'll kind of just give me an idea of where it's at. I don't expect it to be super accurate, so I can always temp it with my instant read thermometer. But we've got our probe in here, and I'm just gonna set the chicken, like I said, seam side up, and I'm gonna put it on the left side of the smoker, and I'm gonna position it how we want it to look, and then we can close that up and let it go. All right, our probe is showing 165. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the chicken off, and I'll temp it and make sure it's good. It did look like it split open a little bit there, so let's see. There we go. That's looking pretty good. I'm gonna pull this thermometer out. I wanted to pull it around 160. It'll get up to 165. That's looking good, 165 there. The smoker seems to have a kind of a hot spot towards the middle. And these are pretty thin pieces, but they should still be pretty good. And we can temp our thighs back here. Oh yeah, we're way good. All right, so let's turn off the smoker and head back inside. This is looking really good. That skin definitely crisped up over here. The wings are looking nice and crispy. This got a little dark. Those are thin pieces of meat, and we had them pointed towards the fire pot. Not a big deal, just a little darker than we wanted, but we'll see how they are. Wings are looking good. The tips got a little dark. That's fine, nobody's really gonna eat the tip anyway. So we're gonna let this rest probably for about 10 minutes, and then we'll cut it open. Our chicken has been resting for about 10 minutes. And remember, we still have this string in here, so let's go ahead and just pull the string out. All right, perfect. Now the packaging did come with some instructions on how to cut this, so I'm just gonna follow that. They recommended cutting down, straight down the middle, and then cutting here, and then cutting another here, and I guess that's supposed to be good for serving it, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, while we have a cross section, I guess let's get a picture of that. Oof, that looks good. And we're gonna cut here. Perfect. And then we're gonna cut again right about here. And I don't know if you can hear it, but that skin did stay nice and crispy. We have a few parts over here where, you know, it's a little more soft, but this, you can hear how crispy it is. That looks delicious. I mean, that looks like a good bite. I'm gonna let this cool for a little while longer before I do the taste test, because otherwise I'm gonna burn my mouth. So we'll meet you back in like 5 minutes. Okay, this is still really too hot to bite into. I'm gonna burn my mouth. But let's try out one of these chicken wings. Nice and crispy skin, kind of broke, so we'll just eat the flat here. I'll take out that burnt wingtip, but solid. This is just falling apart. Good chicken wing. Okay, I can't wait anymore, so I'm gonna take a bite of this. This looks, actually, you know what? We need to go right for the center. I'm gonna take a nice big bite. It's hot. Hot. That's good. The skin is nice and crispy on the top side. The crawfish jambalaya is really good too. Got good flavor. You actually can see the pieces of crawfish in it, so that's pretty cool. You wanna come in and get closer on it? Next time I could probably cook it a little bit less. I had the probe straight in the middle of that jambalaya filling. Maybe if I put it into the thigh or something like that, it would be a little less done. It's still super juicy. So solid chicken. I would buy this again from Buc-ee's. I believe it was $18 for it, which for a chicken is a little bit pricey, but for a specialty chicken that's deboned and has all the filling in it, it's really not that expensive. We've had one from another place and it was more expensive than that. I would definitely buy this again. So shout out to Buc-ee's. And thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more food reviews, let me know down in the comments below. Buc-ee's, maybe we could try some more things. I do have some boudin that we bought from Buc-ee's in the freezer, so if you want to see a review on that, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So I guess if girl dinner is cheese and wine and some goldfish crackers, then this is man dinner, and I'm about it. Got your protein, you got your carbs, got some peppers for veggies. What more do you need?